So here's a quick video showing you how to install your new 24-inch castings on your brake. So these are direct replacement bolt-on for a Tapco Pro19 or maximum XL. And then if you have a Pro14 and you want to convert to the Pro19, you'll need the new angles to replace the shorter ones from the Pro14, the new just bend angles as well. So those would be an additional kit, and if you want to convert your existing brake to a 24-inch throat depth. So we'll show you guys how to quickly and easily replace those, and then we'll show you guys how to adjust your brake afterwards, which is also very simple once you know how to do it. You'll need a few sockets. I think we need 7/16, 9/16, and 3/8, and then you can use the Allen key that's part of your Tapco kit, and a few little screwdrivers just to pry around. So very simple. We'll start taking it apart. First step is going to be taking out the back rail. So we'll do it on a 4-foot brake. All the 10-foot brakes are in the trucks on the job sites. So we'll start with the 4-foot brake. There's only going to be 2 castings, but at least you'll see how it's done. And it's the exact same process for replacing it and adjusting it on a 10-foot or 12-foot brake. It just obviously takes longer. So first step with the 3/8 bit, unscrew the back rail. Pro14 will have just two bolts on each castings. The Pro19 will have 4 bolts. So on the back here we got a pin, and then you'll notice if you take a flathead screwdriver, we got a rubber. So just peel out the little rubber from the groove, and then you'll be able to slide the pin out. Remove the rubber. Wrench, so just hold the back side. I find it easier to unscrew from the bolt side because it gets usually it gets tangled and the socket gets stuck on the other side. So remove. You'll have a washer and a lock washer on the one side. You'll have to push the washer end to take it out, and then there's going to be 2 washers between the casting and the angle, so make sure you don't lose those. Repeat on the other side. Again, push the washer in to take the bolt out, and then you'll be able to take it out. Take out the washer. Now we have this. That's done. We'll go back to the 3/8 socket, and we'll remove the bolts here. If I recall correctly, the Pro14 does not have those bolts. It just has the bolts on the front of the hinge. So unscrew the 4 bolts in the front of the hinge. Repeat on the other side for all the castings. There you go. We're halfway done. So now we got the old castings. Let's replace them with the new castings. So we're just going to reverse all the operation. So pivot the hinge. Here. Side. We'll do the top. Do the other side. This. Now we'll put our hinge back up. So if we had a Pro14, the extra step that we would have to do would be to replace those angles. So unscrew the bolts here, and unscrew the bolt at the bottom here that holds up the joint. So just to put it back in place, we'll do the installer bolt on the pivot point. So now that's more of the tricky part, if you will. So you got to slide in the washer, and I like to take a screwdriver to line things up. Slide it on one side. Now before you put the other side, make sure you put the washer back in. And I like to pinch the angle against the casting to hold the washer in place while I adjust it. Fish it through. Do this side. So as long as you keep pressure on the angle and the casting, the washer is not going to fall out. So now you can adjust it. Make sure that the washer is in before closer. You got to be over the ridge of the angle before you put the bolt in, or else it gets jammed. So I'll back up a little bit, put the washer on this side. Fish it through, put the washer, lock washer, lock nut, washer, lock washer, lock nut. Now I'll set the, we'll readjust that before. I'm not going to screw those back 100% just yet. Taking a screwdriver, slide the pin back in, and reinstall the rubber in place. Repeat on all the castings, slide the pin in, install the rubber back in place. Now we'll just put the back rail, so I'll leave everything loose there just in the meantime. And then we'll show you guys how to adjust the brake, because the rear pivot point also controls that. So now we'll reinstall back rail, 4 bolts. If you have a Pro14, there would be only 2 bolts. So then do the other side, the other casting on the back rail. All 4 bolts. So as you can see, the hinge falls back down on its own. So in order to adjust that, we'll put tension on the rear pivot point. So using the adjustable wrench on this side, just gently snug it up. Do the other side. And now it's a matter of preference on how much tension you want. But you know, you basically want it to stay open when you have it open, and you don't want it to be hard to bring down. So